Never before in all our history have these forces been so united against one candidate as they stand today. They are unanimous in their hate for me, and I welcome their hatred.
The needs of working families and the middle class, not just the billionaire class. We know what's going on. We are paying attention.
Good morning, everybody. It is definitely the end of something, the beginning of something different. Last night's Nazi rally was quite an interesting experience. I remember seeing stuff like that in history books, but it wasn't our country. Actually, we did have some Nazi rallies in our country, too, back then in the 30s. There were a lot of people in America in the 30s that were all into the Nazi thing, believe it or not. A lot of scientists thought that eugenics was really cool and the cleansing of a race. And some of them went over to Germany to help them work out on that stuff. And we seem to be at that same place again, but it's for a different reason. Back in the 30s, it was because we got so pompous on ourselves and so arrogant. Now it's just because we're dumb. When you're undereducated, when your country has spent most of its wealth on war and nothing on your education, you end up with Nazis. That's really where it is. Anyway, so that was pretty bad. We got a weird day today. All sorts of stuff going on. I can't even keep track. Let me know how the audio is, everybody. Good morning. We have Sam Ronan in the house. We're going to bring him on in a second. We got Markus. We got Deniz. I got Steve over here. I got Laura Livengood. We got packages of goodies arriving. We got Jim Gurley showing up to pick figs in the middle of the morning. We got all sorts of crazy shit going on today. And I just talked to Scott, and he decided, because it's Scott's show, that we're cutting this show off early. I had to cut this show off early anyway, so we're cutting the thing off. And probably about, that sounds horrible, 11:15 the show will end because I have to get ready for, yeah, I'll never say that again. I don't know how I say that as a guy, cutting the thing off. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Turn their audio on. Let me take this off here to see how many people I can fit in the shot. There's me, Deniz. That's not good. Let's go. There's Markus, and then, hang on, where's Laura? Oh, wait, I got Sam. There's Sam's right there. Let's put Sam in this shot. Hang on. There. Almost. Let me,
right,
there we go.
There.
Hey,
Deniz.
There we
Morning,
go.
everyone.
Let me clean up Sam's shot here. We got some green showing. We got a full house and the lovely Laura Livengood as well. There's Laura.
Yeah, everybody. I'm just hanging off, out.
Hello,
oh, there
Laura.
I am.
And we got all sorts of stuff going on, and I've already changed the way this opening was running. There we go.
Oh yeah, crop in a little more there. Thanks.
I could Janine you. That's a thing. I did that to her once.
What?
Janine owes me a punch in the face if she ever see, because there was one time we were live. There was like 10,000 people watching. It was a Bernie Sanders event, and I went the wrong way on a crop and made her face like you could see the pores in her nose. And she was like, "John, get my face off the screen."
Let me retain some mystery, please.
It was funny. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Jeffrey,
good morning.
Schulte, Metalhead, Robert, Lynn, Denise, Skankcode 42, Davey Z, I'm Around, John Warren, Robert, Steve K, Barbara. Holy shit, there's a lot of people here. And that's good because we're ending at 11:15 because at noon, we're going to go live from Iowa with a very small event that's just going to have a couple speakers. We got a woman named Anita who works for ADAPT. She's an activist. And then we have this other lady going to come on. First name's Nina. That's all.
Okay, so I have to know, did she call you?
No. But I'm hoping to talk to her today. That's
because I was there when you gave her your number, so it was like, and I saw you had your phone yesterday on the show, and you're like, I've just got to leave my phone on because someone very important
Yes.
Might call me.
Hang on, I gotta get you. This is gonna be fun trying to figure out where everybody's on the fucking screen. There we go. I just got Laura on screen with me in time for her to stop talking. That's perfect.
Well, it's just no, it was great. We were talking after the show. We the people, and all of a sudden he gets a message from Nina Turner, and he's like, "Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?" We're like, "Nina Turner."
Do I sound like a fanboy?
And he's like, he starts the message back to her like 10 times. He's like, "What do I say? What do I say?" And finally, it was just wonderful. Phone number. I'm at your service.
Yeah.
Guys, do you know what this kind of behavior reminds me?
What? Yes. I'm.
It's going to say you're a fanboy, and you need to tone it down a notch.
Okay. Yeah.
I am absolutely a fanboy.
Yeah, it was very exciting. Let's just.
Yes.
I agree. I met her too. I probably fanboyed a little bit too. So.
See?
I hope you did.
See, it's not just me. It's not just
Yeah.
What?
No.
And if you ask me, I feel like Hamburg, 1962, when the Beatles arrived there, and it was completely, the people were going nuts.
Do you remember 1962? You're not that
Of course
old.
not, but I saw the old documentaries about them. It was absolutely crazy, and it is wonderful.
All right. Well, all right. Thank you. Okay, so now that we've had this conversation about this, so stick around because I'll post the link to the event. I gotta go in and make some changes and stuff, and then you'll see the public event show up, and we're gonna run. They're gonna be right up front. Be Nina and Anita, and then we'll cut off. It's not gonna be an engagement broadcast. We're not gonna do questions or anything like that, but we'll be hanging out and chat with you guys. So join us for that. But so back up to the beginning. Nazi rally in Charlottesville, University of Virginia, and there's some differences between today and back then. Our white boys are wearing polos and carrying tiki torches that have been made by people of color from another country. I hope they know that. I'm not the one who came up with these jokes or these observations. Josh Fox was the first one to notice their tiki torches from Home Depot. They're probably loaded with citronella, which means this is
keep those nasty mosquitoes away.
Right. At least it's a bug-free Nazi event. You know, it's when you metalhead. I switch over to look over the comments. I want Nina to go full tilt F-bombs.
Oh, and you know she would if she could.
She was already
She
pretty
probably
harsh.
frequently does.
She was already really harsh with recent statements about the establishment. She used some big words. I don't know if she dropped an F-bomb, but she dropped some big other word bombs. Anyway.
She made herself clear.
Yes, she did. She made herself clear. Let's look at the schedule really quick, and then let's bring Sam on to find out what the hell's been going on with his campaigning world. Because my understanding is that he's all legit. Now go back up here. Yeah, I want to see. Right, so that's why you were there. Good job. Okay, go back to the other card. Yes, sir. Isn't this fun watching me direct Steve right here? Isn't that great? We just need him on cam. Anyway, here. Thank you for taking such a beating for democracy, Steve.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? We have Dave Benak running for Congress in Michigan 6th. That's what he looks like there. And we're looking forward to having Dave on the show next Wednesday.
And his beard.
And his beard, his magnificent beard.
It's majestic.
Yeah. Beards work well today. They gain points. So do having careers in the military. Got a lot of vets running. We got one to talk to right now. Sam, we got to get you on the Eclipse. Are you going to join us that day? Are you working or what?
Well, I'm probably working, if not out and about traveling. So, but I would love to.
It's just a 10-minute short interview, and then you pick an Eclipse song. And people can donate to your campaign. And if they donate $27 or more, then they get to have a song dedicated to you, and they choose a dedication. Right?
Hey, it sounds good. We can talk offline on that for sure.
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I didn't mean to hit you like on the spot, but hey, everybody, it's
Read
Sam
my
Ronan.
email.
What, Laura?
I said, read my email, Sam.
Oh yeah.
I will read it.
So Sam Ronan, what's been going on with you?
Well, first and foremost, sorry for the hiatus. I just kind of disappeared from y'all.
All right.
It's because I was preparing for this run. We've been building a team, we've been building a network, social media presence, the whole 9 yards for this campaign. And we announced, what was it, on Thursday with the Jordan Sheridan interview, and it was largely a success. I think a few people were a little disappointed that I didn't go with somebody else, or that I missed a dot here, crossed a T there. But, it was largely a great announcement and a launch. And you know what? There's already been a lot of positive feedback. I'm going to be on Jimmy Dore here soon.
Really?
We're going to be reaching out to the Humanist Report. We're going to be reaching out to all these people so that we can keep the momentum going. We're going to be reaching out to, the VIPs so we can start getting some endorsements rolling around too. We're working on reaching out to Tim Canova, Nina Turner. We've already reached out to Stephen Jaff, and lots of good things are happening.
It's Jaffe. I know this because I pronounced it wrong until I had him on air. And then,
well, see, I always call him Steve, and I'm like, oh, he's way my senior. That's very inappropriate. So I'm like, Stephen. So I only call him Stephen because, again, I don't want to get the Jaffe part wrong either.
Don't tell him that. Don't say, dude, you're way my senior.
It's a respect thing. It's something that we don't that we need to work on in our country as is evinced by this neo-Nazi rally. They want to call it an alt-right rally, but let's call a spade a spade. It's a Nazi rally. And
there's no alt-right.
But I think you asked about my campaign. So
we can talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that too. But yeah, your campaign and what's been going on. There's a question here about a particular endorsement. They want to know, because we're now working with brand new Congress and Justice Democrats to bring their candidates. Have you reached out to them? Are you in talks? Okay.
We are in talks, and we've been reaching out, and I think the main reason why they've been silent is because they've been waiting for me to announce. Now that I have, we can start, reaching out to them again and seeing what happens.
Yeah,
it's just, I think their platform is you can't run as a Democrat or a partisan platform, but the issue is in Ohio, that's like really your only options is to be a Republican or a Democrat. So maybe something good will happen there. But in either case, definitely on board with them, definitely support what they're doing, and hey, if I can get their endorsement, I absolutely will.
Well, we'll
thank you. I appreciate it. Just let me know what all the information is. I think you need like my phone number or something. But the other thing that we're doing with the campaign, it's not just about getting me elected, right? Because if I got elected, that would just be one person out of 435. Well, I guess Tulsi, she would get reelected, but you get the idea.
Right.
We want a true progressive slate, and that's what we've been building. That's why we reached out to Stephen and Tim Canova and several others, so that we can start building that actual progressive slate, because we need it from school board to governorship, that these are the progressives, these are the people, these are the men and the women that will fight for you in elected office, whether at the local, state, or federal level. And I think that's far more important, because what we don't have in partisan support, we can make up for our own support. And the thing is, we just don't have that structure. So we need to build it. Well, what better time than during an election season? And what better way than by merging different aspects of campaigns? So that's the main thing.
Agreed.
The whole fundraising donation, you can look on my website and see what I stand for. Unapologetic progressive, the whole 9 yards. But that's kind of a little taste of what's to come.
Excellent. A couple more questions on that. People's platform. Do you endorse it? Would you sign it if you were in office today?
So the People's Platform, from what I understand, I don't have it in front of me right now to go through line by line, but I'd imagine it's largely in line with my own. If there's things that we would disagree on, which I'm assuming, again, because I don't have it in front of me, is like gun control. I'm not against guns or ammo. I'm against people not being trained to handle a weapon, or people that shouldn't have weapons having them. You know what I mean? So I'm sure things like that we would disagree on, but I would absolutely endorse the premise of populism.
You should look at it. It's basically the Our Revolution Summer Progress Initiative, and so
Gotcha.
it's selected. They've got certain bills that they're looking at. Basically, it's directed towards people that are already in office, saying, "Hey, tell us that you're for this stuff," and it's kind of a litmus test. It really is the first round of litmus tests. So take a look at the bills that they have on there. It's not like you can do anything anyway, but just to give you an idea, would you be in frame of that? That's the Our Revolution. That's like the first piece of what I see as a litmus test being created here. Right? Single payer is the other big thing. If you're not, and where do you stand on that?
Oh, that was in my announcement video. I made a very clear, concise point on that. It's an unequivocal right. Like, I don't care who you are. You deserve to be able to go to the hospital, get taken care of, leave, and not be in debt. Like, universal health care should have been in this country decades ago, and it needs to happen now. More now than ever, because the highest cause of bankruptcy in the country is because of medical bills. Second highest is, well, actually, I don't remember the second highest, but I'm pretty sure it's like student loan or something. It's nuts. So that also takes me to the next point. Universal education, like tuition free from K through doctoral school. We cannot indebt our future generations. We just can't do it. And those are two of my top three points for my campaign.
I'm right there with you on the education, because we've really raised a lot of dumb people, and we got to work on that.
We do. And I mean, let's just touch on that for a second. It's not so much that we have dumb people or ignorant people. It's just it's undereducated. You don't know whether what you're doing is necessarily wrong. Like, a lot of people want to go to war with North Korea but can't point it out on a map. I would say if you want to go to war with somebody, you should at least know how they are.
And then you're the one who should get packing. Get packing.
Right.
Go.
Exactly.
You pointed it out. Now you go there.
All right.
That's where I want to go.
Sam, so where are we at for time here? Not too bad. No. We're good. I want to get Laura to talk about the eclipse, since you said we're gonna try to get you in on that. Sure. And I just want to make a comment to Jeffrey Pearson. That was the first pick, Jeff.
Yes.
Total Eclipse of the Heart was the first pick by Jeff Erdman, so it's gonna be played. I'm very sorry, sir. It's coming with 2 Scorpion songs, at least 2 Scorpion songs. All right.
I'll give you the playlist. I'll Google Eclipse songs.
Yeah, we've got a vetted list, but if you have that's a good point. If you have one to add, Sam, like you're like, well, how about this one? All we have to do is make sure it's good on YouTube and it's yours. All right. So,
outstanding.
It's in the email I sent you, Sam.
I will be checking it. It would be rude to read the email during the interview.
All right.
Just be assured.
I'm going to give you 1 minute soapbox. What's a big issue you want to talk about? You want to talk about Nazis? You want to talk about gun control? What do you want to talk about?
You know, honestly, that is a hot button for me right now, is the Nazi thing, because we got 2 Germans on here, 3 if you include me, and quite frankly, that is the most reprehensible thing to happen on the streets of America in the modern, like, recently. And that's sad too, because the marches on Ferguson, the fact that Flint is still, having poison water, DAPL protests still going on, Sable protest. Now we have Nazi rallies. Like, when does it stop? When do people say, like, whoa? I think this is a pretty hard limit. Nazis being allowed to march in the streets. KKK is bad enough, but Nazis, like actual Nazis, I can't fathom that. And that offends me personally on like a very core of my being as a German and an American citizen who is fighting for his country, who enlisted to fight against this kind of tyranny. Like, this is not representative of who we are as a country or as a society. So I absolutely condemn this. But you know what? First Amendment thumpers are like, well, they have the right to do all this. And like, you know what? They do, unfortunately. That doesn't mean we have to condone it. And that does not mean we have to support it. And we shouldn't in any form or fashion.
Thank you. I want to qualify that, and then we're going to go to the Germans because I want to get their opinions on it, and then they can swing into the 9-hour review. This is a big issue here. I don't have to tolerate their Nazi shit. They can get up there and scream and speak. The moment it becomes threatening, the moment they become violent, then it's a whole different thing. They can scream at the top of their lungs, right? And that's fine by me. If we want to change it, we have to do what you're doing. We have to elect people that are willing to put resources towards educating our people so that we don't end up with a group of Nazis carrying tiki torches.
And learning from our past.
Yes, learning from our past would be an amazing concept. So teaching history and the value thereof.
Right?
That doesn't happen in this country. We whitewash our history. And
guys, to come to the point with education about our past, it's a main subject in schools, in primary schools, and college, and even in universities, our past, especially the Nazi time. And even the little child in Germany knows about this. So, we know our history, and I think most of us don't want to repeat it. So, therefore,
most of us. Good statement.
Seems like
we have also Nazi problems here. We have some towns here in Germany where the most people are of Nazis and right-wingers and conservatives and so on. And but I think we handled it pretty good. Yeah.
Better than we are right now. We've got to learn from your mistakes. Sam, what do you want to go on the soapbox, or what do you want to say? I didn't even give you a chance to finish on that.
No, basically, like I said, it's time for people to change, and it's time for people to step up. Whether you're voting, whether you're running for office, whether you're helping people get elected, now is the time to make a difference. And if you've ever thought that, what can I do? How can I make a difference? And you've just been waiting for that moment is now. It is happening now. The election was pretty much the big red flag that we need to be active. And so with this campaign, that's what it's all about. It's about giving people tools, resources, and people to support and fight for. And so if I got nothing else to say, and my soapbox that I want to hit home is get involved. I don't care if you support me or if you support Nina Turner or Bernie Sanders. I don't care if you support these people. If you support the local guy, the state guy, the federal guy, just go out there and help. Politics is now officially a part of your life, whether you like it or not. So better to embrace it and be a part of the change rather than watch it go past you and then feel like you were left out.
Well said. Well said. Thank you. Sam Ronan, everybody. He needs your help and your support as well. We got to get people like him in office, and I know he's got an Act Blue or a link to something donating.
Oh, yeah,
that
you
link
want
dropped
that?
in the chat. Yeah,
I'll get it, Sam. I've got it somewhere.
we're gonna get it in the chat for you, Sam, and then hopefully, even if we only bring you on briefly or play a couple songs for you, we'll have you involved with our eclipse. That would be fantastic. I know you're busy working, so awesome. Sam, Markus.
John.
Guys ready to talk to us about, what is this, the Great Diesel Swindle, huh?
Yes, it's the great diesel swindle, and I would like to give over to Deniz first because he will start all this. He will introduce you into what we are talking about today.
All right, Deniz.
Yeah, let's start. Okay, we started to talk about this topic last week. It's about this diesel scandal and how we handle this and so on. So, Markus, how do you are from the trade? You are doing with automobiles and so on. So, what is exactly the problem with the whole scandal about this diesel technology, for example? Is
Well, the thingy about the diesel technology or the so-called AdBlue system is that it is mostly faked, and you guys in America all know all about this because the scandal is not here in Germany. It is already, or it was before in the USA where it all came up, and the AdBlue system just has the purpose to clean the diesel system to reduce the nitrogen oxide emissions, and this system works, but it works only in the lab when tested and not in the streets, and the emissions are as high as before, and so it can be considered to be just a big fraud.
so how do we handle this in Germany, especially? And what are the consequences?
Well, how is this handled in Germany? We know already that the USA opened trials against VW managers. There's one manager who already pled guilty of committing conspiracy, fraud, and being against the environmental laws in the US, and he will consider a relatively high fine and maybe will be sentenced to prison. We will see what happens there. The laws are very strict in America. In Germany, and of course, VW has to pay the owners of those cars a certain amount or have to take the cars back. In Germany, it is quite different because the car manufacturers here say, no, we are here in Germany and we consider this not to be a criminal act. They really said this, and they only offer a software update, which would not be the solution of it.
So they are under special protection. So we also ask you about the consequences and the facts and so on. Can you go in there?
Yes, we will see. John will show us a slide, and they can see how big the influence of the automobile industry in Germany is. As the fourth largest producer worldwide, there are 800,000 jobs only in the industry, and there is not even included the suppliers and all the businesses around them. And it might be easily go up to 2 million jobs in Germany, which are dependent more or less directly from the automobile industry. If you look at the car sales, 450 billion euro per year, and The bad thing is 5 million diesel cars are affected by this bad or this faked system here in Germany, and the cars owners are questioning themselves, how much is my car worth with this technology? And and we will see that this system, which doesn't work, is even more dangerous than being in the normal traffic in Germany, because this only 3,000 people die in traffic accidents, while 10,000 people suffer from the nitrogen oxide emissions and have to die earlier,
So can I say that we can accuse those manufacturers to be like a cartel?
Yes, the interesting thing is that there are accusations that it is a cartel built, and it would involve Volkswagen together with Audi, which are partners or sisters, and as well Mercedes-Benz or Daimler and BMW, and the Bosch is the supplier of most of the parts for the automobile industry, and they are involved in all of this. They made up all this faked systems, to make the people, especially in USA, believe the systems are clean, and this is not so. And this is the echo now what they are experiencing.
So, Markus, this whole thing seems to me screams for fraud. So, can we assume that this fraud is a result of corruption and lobbyism?
I would not say directly corruption. I don't know if there's corruption. I didn't hear about it. But of course, it is heavy lobbying. If you see how much power we saw that 800,000 jobs are depending on the industry, how much power the industry has on politics, for example. And we have a lot of ministers here in Germany after they finished their period in office. They go as lobbyists to the automobile industry, and we have a slide which shows how many politicians go there and how big the influence is. And it is a fact that a lot of them are influencing Merkel and the environmental minister for example, to resist the European suggestions for future emissions. And they're sabotaging this. And the automobile industry is very powerful here.
Not my Merkel. No.
Yes, your Merkel. Yes.
Aww.
Yeah. This is a perfect, guys. This is a perfect example. You are praising Merkel, but this is a perfect example where you can see she's not the holy mother of democracy. She has also some flaws.
But she's not an idiot.
Well,
and Markus, go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
The situation is not easy. As I said, there are many jobs depending on the automobile industry, and to punish them, this would have economic and social follows up of this, and this is a very uneasy situation for Merkel now. I don't want to say that it is good that the people here don't only get an update, which is questionable if it works anyway, and but it is the reality, the fact here. And where others land in prison, they got a meeting with Merkel, and this is a political situation in the automobile industry here in Germany.
And I have also two examples or two facts I have in mind around this topic is. First of all, Qatar. Qatar is the third biggest shareholder of Volkswagen. And I would say there was a comedian here in Germany who said, when you buy a Volkswagen, you indirectly finance terrorism, for example. And also to go back to lobbyism. BMW, the heritage of the BMW W, the family, donated directly 500,000 euros before the vote for the EU new law to lower the emissions, directly to the CDU, to Merkel's party, to block this, and they did it. As here you can see how powerful companies, lobbies are also here in Europe. It's not just an American thing; it's a worldwide thing, and we all we the people around the world have to fight this. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I would like to add as a closing word, you can see the hypocrisy of the automobile industry. While they're on their knees in the US, they are in Germany. They are very arrogant, and they are telling us they don't want to address anymore to this topic because they want to concentrate on developing cars in the future for the future. And it is very, very arrogant, and a lot of people are very pissed about it here.
Sad. I'm sad. You're telling me BMW is full of shit and that Merkel party took money? I had such high hopes.
They didn't take illegal money, you know. This is these are donations, you know.
Of course. But don't influence their votes. They don't influence their
votes. Of course not. But I just want to point out that it is not considered corruption. My personal opinion is quite clear. I think money in politics, we all know this, and it only leads to corruption. And, Absolutely. We know this.
Absolutely. Nice report, guys. Thanks for bringing us down. I kind of hoped you guys over there had.
We rushed it a little bit, unfortunately, but yeah.
No, I drive a Volkswagen. Oh my goodness.
Right. Yeah. Right. I drive and the latest thing, you saw it in the slide. There is Ford listed with a question mark. This is the latest. This is the latest development in Germany. There was yesterday in the evening a news I read that Ford is under suspect of using the same fake technology like the other German car builders.
Oh shit. Nice.
Yes.
You guys create this shit and then you hand it out to everybody else. Thanks. Thanks, Germany.
Yes, they met. The car builders met together with suppliers and they thought over what to do. To make this fraud. You know, it was intended. It was no accident.
Yeah, it was. I want to go back in comments really quick and just address a few people who are saying things. Who was it that said, Markus, the cars are gone? Chemo, it said cars are gone. Google mobiles are here. I don't think cars are history. People like their cars. The combustion engine is toast. Right?
Yes.
And for a number of reasons, because of batteries and because of parts. The amount of parts, the wear and tear, all auto manufacturers aren't. They know. They're like, shit, if we're making electric engines, that's way less to deal with, less overhead, less cost. So that's, and then you can really say, sorry, Markus, the session needs to go EV, right?
We are in Germany under protection with the vintage cars we are restoring and selling, and because it's a cultural thing, you know.
Right. Yeah. Right. I could see it.
We love our cars,
and we love our guns.
Yeah. Come on, this is not comparable. We don't go out with our DES cars and hit people in the street.
No, you just emit into the air to kill the environment.
Come on.
At least with our guns,
not true. This is
come on, man.
Cars kill. Yeah. Cars kill. I'm sorry, but I need your business to stay in business so that you have time to do this. So I'm hoping your business. Wish all the best of luck to the session.
You better do so, John.
Markus.
Yes.
I have an idea. Let's tease him more and show next week German prizes for medication and so on.
No.
Yes, we will. Yes, I told you this would be very interesting, and you would get very, very angry. Yes, we will keep it in mind. I don't know if we can make it next week because we need a lot of preparations to do for the eclipse show. So,
all right.
Oh, yeah.
We will present it to you.
Yes,
of course.
That's true. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. A couple more comments here. By the way, Charles Mon, I agree with you way back there. I think the rules for Justice Dems, brand new Congress, they're already supporting Democrats. So I don't know. We'll have to find that out, figure out what the hell's going on there. That was way back when. I just wanted to catch that. Jilly Love, you're absolutely correct. Somebody said Trump brought Nazi to America. No. Trump just gave it the opportunity to shine. Okay? Trump just said, come on out, everybody. I'm a douchebag. Oh, you douchebags, stand up. Welcome to douchebag America, because I made it okay. Because the press made it okay. The press normalized my disgusting behavior, which made Nazis look pretty decent comparatively. So come on out of the woodworks, go get your tiki torches and show up. That's basically what that. So Trump was just like, look, I'm a piece of shit, which means all you other pieces of shits that have been hiding in the shadows for decades, come on out. Hoods are off, everybody. Hoods are off. And we have good pictures as a meme now of the face of our polo wearing, white, clean cut, tiki torch carrying dumb fucks. You know? It's great.
God.
So, but Jilly Love, I just wanted to, you are correct. Cops, white supremacists, our cops are just tons of them in our. The FBI did a report in 2015 and said the entire law enforcement of the United States of America is riddled with white supremacist assholes. There's only one way to change that. We have to change the system. We have to replace the police commissioners, and then we have to replace the police, or we have to retrain the police to not be assholes. We have to be Sam Ronan. It's the only way to do it. But thank you for that point on that. And Jeffrey, I know you were joking, but you know, there's got to be other good cheesy songs for the Eclipse. we'll find more. And I got to ask y'all, we're coming up on closeout time. I'm looking at the time here, and we're actually be able to go out with our song. But and we're going to talk a little more about the Eclipse because I got some stuff to run here on the Eclipse. We'll run that anyway. Anyway, here's what I wanted to say about the Eclipse. This is the important part. I need you guys to show up, save your pennies, because we really need your help, whether it's $1 or $2 or $5, or you're loaded and you can donate $27 to a candidate. But I want you all to show up there, and I want you to donate to a candidate. I'm asking, all right? Let's make this a success, because I want to show the other groups that we're working with. I want to show the coalition that this can be a successful type of fundraiser, so that we can get more people involved and some more resources into it, because I really believe if we can make fundraising a little more fun, there's an old adage, let's put the fun back in fundraising, everybody. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was a good voice.
Oh, thank
I've
you.
heard that one.
That's a goofy radio voice. Yeah, let's. If we can do it and not make it cheesy as fuck, then let's do it. Little cheesy.
Yeah,
is
we'll
okay.
publicize who is going to be on, and the sometimes you can prepare, and you just choose one candidate among the half dozen or so that'll be here, and show your support. It will impress the heck out of them, and which is what we're trying to do.
Yep. That's it. And Laura Livengood has invested a lot of time and money into things. We've got shirts designs. She sent a box of goodies here. We got
so excited about the shirts. I can't tell you.
Me too. And just real quick, I just would comment here. I see what you're saying here. Who is this? Was it Chemo again? Electric cars take too long to charge. Have you been catching up with the Tesla? Have you been catching up with the batteries? Been catching up with the fact that that other manufacturers said, here's the pattern here. I just want to cover this real quick. Tesla, years ago, doing electric cars, everybody laughing. Tesla says, here's my patents, go for it. A few years back, Ford buys the first Tesla SUV for 60 G's, says, we got to figure this shit out. Tesla then announces that supercharging station 3 charges like that, because the new batteries charge like that. And they have other stations where literally just drop the batteries out, shove new batteries in, and they do it faster than a gas station can fill your tank. So everything, since Tesla said, here's my patents, the range of these vehicles has gone beyond what his Teslas can do and other manufacturers. The batteries have gotten better. Charging stations are showing up all over the place. As a matter of fact, UK just said that all of their gas stations need to carry charging stations. So I disagree with your assessment, because the technology has come along to make sure that it's short. It's shorter than a tank of gas. If you can sit for a tank of gas, you can get your electric car charged. So it's there. Anyway, just want to go off on that. Eclipse stuff. I don't even know that I'm going to run that. We're going to run that like during the actual Eclipse show. I want to show you guys the cards so that I cover what this is going to, what's going to go on. So here's the first thing. This is we're starting at 9, not 9:30. We had to change because I actually had to look at the eclipse. How's it happening? So we're going to start early. We're going to have our first guest at 9:30, and we're going to try to, and then that'll be 9:30 to 10, and at 10 we start our eclipse clock. All right, because about 10:17 here is when total darkness hits, and it runs for about 2 minutes, and so we've got a cool playlist we're putting together for that. All right. And here's what I want you guys to do: donate to a candidate, share with us on Twitter at Bernie2016TV with the hashtag Eclipse Establishment. Any amount you donate, $1, $2, $5, $100, we'll get a shout out. We'll see it if you post it, and we'll say something. I'll just come in right in the middle of a song. Hey, we got $5 donated from Laura Livengood and John Warren and Melissa H. Isn't that awesome? And I'll try to do it in the cheesiest damn radio voice I can for you.
Oh, God.
And then,
Please do.
thank you, Sam. I will. And then $27 or more, pick a song and tweet a dedication. We'll say them and play them. All right. So that's what I want to hear. $27 donated for Sam Ronan. All right. Thank you, Wesley Scott. Keep growing those seeds. All right. So that's how this is going to work.
I'm dropping a link in chat of that map where you can put in where you are and see what the eclipse will look like exactly where you are. It's really cool.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to try to have all the resources we can on the description, and you can go to that event right now, and we're adding more things to it. This is the Eclipse list, public, eclipse.uphillmedia.org. Go there. If you don't see a song on our list already that you think should be, send it to us on Twitter, hashtag Eclipse Establishment at Bernie2016TV, and let us know. We'll run it through YouTube, and if it's good, we'll add it to the list.
Yes.
And the goal here, everybody, is to have too many songs, is to have too many donations so that I have to either keep going into the night or do a whole other event for you guys. Right? That's the goal. So let's make this a big success. That's the ticket, go full cheese radio at all times. I couldn't do that. That'd be so hard. I need to get a bike horn, some other stuff. Anyway, what do we have for time? 11:12. I had a song picked for the outro, but we didn't play the Dead Kennedys. And it needs to be played because Markus said, "Why? This is better. Marcus's song is better today." 5 Acre Algae Biodiesel. Tracy Chapman Revolution. That would have been a good. Yeah, well, so Jilly Love, the purpose of the eclipse date, what we're trying to do is keep it a little relevant to sun, moon, eclipse, darkness, earth. Keep it around that stuff. I mean, you can stretch it, right? Go into science, climate, whatever. So Tracy Chapman Revolution, that is a great revolution song, and I will be playing that a lot during the revolution, but not for the eclipse, right? Total eclipse of the heart, just because it's got the word eclipse in there, and it's cheesy as shit. That's right.
And yes, Dark Side of the Moon will be well represented.
Yes, we've
so
vetted.
Don't bother even getting there. We've been there. We've done it. We've worked really hard. The list is actually pretty complete.
Yeah.
So really keep on point if you're going to suggest something. Also to clarify, somebody asked how we will do the donations to the candidates. Do we have a portal? No, you will go to whatever ActBlue or whatever link or whatever address the candidate prefers for donations and do it through the normal way and just let us know you did it.
Yes.
That's how, right?
Yeah. So most of these so we'll try to get links in the description as well, but really you're just going to the candidate's Facebook or their Twitter or whatever. They all have links to their Act Blues or their Crowd Pack or whatever it is, which we'll try to get that list for you. But you're going there, you're doing a donation. Most of these donation sites, when you're done donating, say, share this with your friends on Facebook or Twitter. Click on that link, add the hashtag and the @Bernie2016TV. Any way you can get it to us, screenshot it, send it to us. That's all we need to see. And, we'll go from there. So,
yeah.
Thank
you'll have a full crew that day, so we'll be able to keep up with all kinds of shenanigans.
Absolutely. I will not act blue. That's fine, Jilly Love. Whatever you want to do.
You don't, whatever you do. We know about Act Blue, but sometimes that's all they've got.
Right. I would say that 95% of the candidates we've had on our show are an Act Blue account. Bernie Sanders is an Act Blue account. So I've donated to Bernie Sanders, and I'm okay with that. So we have to use what we have. But what musical, John Horn? What musical did we just reference? I missed it. I'm a musical nerd too, by the way.
Yellow Submarine?
Pajama
No.
Game,
What?
88.
Okay.
Rockin'.
Oh, God,
Anyway, we're
that's-
getting out of here, guys. This is, it is 11:15. We're going to play the Dead Kennedys. It's a 2-minute song, and it expresses, I think, everybody in this group's feelings about Nazis, and probably your guys' feelings about Nazis. Join us in 45 minutes. I will post the link public to Uphill Media channel. You'll see the link for the Iowa conversation about healthcare and its next steps. This is a minimal production because it's really just an internal conversation for Our Revolution Iowa, but we're going to broadcast two of the speakers, which will be a lovely lady named Anita, who is with ADAPT, and an activist, and also Nina Turner. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Sam Ronan and Steve Collins and Laura Livengood and Deniz and Markus and all of you out there for doing this. Let's get the hell out of here because I'm nervous and I got this other shit to do. Thank you, everybody.
See you later.
See you later.
This is a song that a lot of people are real pissed off at us about. We ain't preaching, but this is our opinion. Everybody's got a right to free speech. And this song is about the fucking rednecks and the fucking jocks who bring in their bullshit macho attitudes to these shows, try to wreck them by starting fights, spreading around their bullshit racist attitudes. If you really like the swastika so much, go join the Klan like your parents. If you're no different from your parents, then what are you rebelling against anyway? You're fitting in. Nazi redneck assholes, fuck off. Get out of here! Nobody in the bouncer! Yeah, I'm trying to be pleased to hit the bouncer, ain't that okay? Nazi bucks! Fuck off! Nazi bucks! Fuck off! 10-gun show point, what a man! Fight each other, please stay win! Bang your backs in, try show holes! Crash your bag, cause we got real balls! Nothing but guys are cool, real Nazis on your school! Just because this one is cops in the roof, like where you're the first to go! Nazi bucks! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Let's go unless you think.